Welcome to second lecture of analog communication. In previous lecture, we have seen the introduction part of your analog communication that includes the communication system, that includes the concept of your analog communication and digital communication, that includes your analog and digital signal concept, and that includes some of the important points like need of the modulation and the drawback of your baseband transmission. Okay, so in this today's lecture, second lecture of your analog communication, we'll see some basic concept of the angle modulation. So let's start. So what is modulation? As we have already seen, what is modulation? It is the changing characteristic of your carrier signal with respect to the instantaneous change in message signal. So basically, what we are doing, we are changing characteristic of carrier signal with respect to instantaneous change in message signal. So what we can see here, there are two signal basically involved in the modulation. First one is carrier signal and second one is message signal. And always remember, message signal is your low frequency and carrier signal is your high frequency, right? So message signal, this you can write message signal like this: AM cos theta m, where AM is your amplitude of your message signal and theta m is your phase for your message signal. For CT, that is your carrier signal, you can write like this: AC cos theta c, where AC is your carrier amplitude and theta c is your phase for carrier signal. Okay, just note down this formula, that theta c or phase is equal to omega c into time, right? So basically your phase is what? It is your multiplication of frequency and your time. Okay, so what you can see, you are basically, what you are doing in your modulation, you are changing characteristic of carrier signal, not message signal. Okay, so what is your equation for your carrier signal? This is your equation for your message signal, that is AC theta c. So how many parameters basically we are having? We are having three parameters for the carrier signal. First one is amplitude, second one is phase, and this phase involve what? This phase involve your frequency, right? So basically three parameters we are having for your carrier signal or any signal. First one is your amplitude, and then your phase, and this phase include your frequency. Okay, so based on the modulation, if you are changing amplitude of your carrier signal, if you are changing amplitude of your carrier signal based on your message signal, then it will be your amplitude modulation. And if you are changing angle, if you are changing angle of your carrier signal, then it will be your angle modulation, right? But because your angle includes two things, first is your phase and second is your frequency, right? So if you are changing angle based on your message signal, then it is your phase modulation, and if you are changing frequency, then it is your frequency modulation. So basically we are having two types of modulation. First one is your amplitude modulation, and second one is your angle modulation. And again, under the angle modulation, there are two types of modulation exist, that is phase modulation and your frequency modulation. So it is basically basic concept for your modulation techniques. So as you can see, this is some basic definition of your angle modulation, and for your frequency modulation and your phase modulation. that you can see your frequency modulation is the changing of frequency of the carrier signal with respect to the instantaneous change in your message signal. Okay, and the rest of the parameter will be constant. For phase modulation, will be change in your phase with respect to the instantaneous change in the message signal, and again same rest of the parameter will be constant. So these are some of your basic definition for the modulation techniques. So this is basically representation of your amplitude modulated wave, frequency modulated wave, and phase modulated wave. Okay, so as you have seen previously, there are two types of signal involved. First one is your carrier, and then second one is your signal. Your signal is your message, and carrier is your signal that's carry your message signal to travel to help your signal to travel one point to another point for the long distance. Okay, so how amplitude modulated wave will looks like, as we know, it is basically variation in your amplitude of your carrier according to your signal. So you can see, according to your signal, your message signal, your amplitude of carrier wave is changing, right? So this is your amplitude modulated wave. For phase modulation, just notice one thing: at the zero crossing, at every zero crossing, there will be maximum change in your frequency takes place. Like this, at this zero frequency, there is minimum frequency occurred in your PM, right? At this zero frequency, as the zero crossing, you can see there is maximum frequency occurred in your phase modulated wave. So this is how you can recognize your phase modulated wave. For frequency modulated wave, just point out the maximum or minimum frequency on your signal and just track it down, and where you can see for minimum signal, for minimum frequency of your message signal, you are having maximum frequency. And here, for your maximum frequency of your message signal, you are having lowest frequency. So this is how you can recognize your FM, PM, and your AM. Actually, this FM and PM are very closely related. When you see these two waves, FM and PM, on the CRO, you won't be able to recognize it, right? But this is the sum of the point which you can point out, and then you can differentiate these two waves. Okay, the same thing is written on your left side also in point wise, first 2, 3. So first one is identical except phase shift. For FM, as I have told, peak values you can consider for both positive and negative. For PM, again, maximum frequency for zero crossing, you can notice here also, as I have told. Okay, so by looking at, you can't say whether it is FM or PM. Just you need to focus on the wave. Okay, so this is the basic representation of your AM, FM, and PM. Advantages of angle modulation. So first advantage, as I have written, resistance to propagation induced selective fading. Second is it will very efficient to reject interference. Angle modulation allows more efficient use of transmitter power. Angle modulation is capable of handling a greater dynamic range, and it gives a significant improvement in the signal to noise ratio at the output. So these are some advantages of your angle modulation. Okay, so these phase and frequency relation is very important to understand, right? And it is very important to remember also. Okay, so what is the phase frequency relation? If you are having frequency, you can find out by integrating your frequency. You can find out phase by integrating your frequency. If you are having the phase, you can find out frequency by derivating your phase. So these are some important formula. We will use this formula to derivate your frequency modulated wave and phase modulated wave equation. So these formulas are very important to understand and to remember. Okay, so these are some basic concept for your angle modulation, for frequency modulated wave, phase modulated wave, and the angle modulated wave. Thank you.